when you are.
I'm having a brain fart. Okay. Hi, this is Keto with Cass with me, Cass. Today we are going to make one of my favorite recipes. Everybody always asks me to make this keto cheesecake. I am making strawberry today, but I will show you how you can do different variations of that. And also how you can make this easier if you didn't want to make your own crust, or if you do want to make this recipe and make your own graham cracker crust, then this is how you do it. So we are going to start out with 1 stick of melted butter. And this is easy. This is only about 4 ingredients. So we're going to do 1/4 cup of brown swerve. You can use whatever brand you like. That's just the one that I prefer. There we go. Break that up into the butter. It's going to make it a little easier to incorporate the almond flour. You almost dissolve the brown sugar into the butter. Okay. And then we are going to add some cinnamon, as much or as little as you like. I like mine cinnamony. And then you are going to add almond flour. And we have 1.5 cups here. So 1.5. Now, if you are dairy-free, well, I guess you wouldn't be eating a cheesecake. But if you want a dairy-free crust for a pie, you can do the same thing and just use coconut oil instead. I'm sure they have some sort of vegan cheese, cream cheese. I've never had it, but I'm sure it's out there. That's all that's going into your crust. So you are just gonna stir it until it's all incorporated. Looking good. And then we are going to go ahead and press that into our pan. So I am actually filling orders today, so I will be using a tin that is disposable, but you can use a regular pie pan as well. Plop it in the middle and press it into your pan. See how pliable it is? It's really easy to work with, and it doesn't stick to your fingers because of the butter. Push it out to the sides, and then if you like yours up the side, do that. If you would rather just have a thick bottom crust, that's up to you. You'll also notice I did not grease this pan. That is because the crust has so much butter in it that it will not stick. You actually do not need to grease it. Push it up the sides. One more go around here. If you want to get real crazy with it, you can use the bottom of a bowl or a measuring cup to kind of smush out the bottom, make it more even. Again, up to you. I like to use my fingers. I can kind of get a feel for how thick it is by using your fingers, which is nice. All right, that's your crust. I am going to blind bake this just like that for about, at 325, maybe 5 minutes. Just kind of give it a head start. And then we will come back. Okay, so for your filling, you are going to need a microwavable bowl. Well, I mean, you don't if your cream cheese is nice and soft, but mine's still a little cold. So I am going to microwave it for about 30 seconds just to get the chill off. All right, pull out your handy dandy mixer, and we are going to go ahead and whip up that cream cheese. And this is where your powdered sweetener comes in. I am going to use about 1/2 cup, but I don't like mine overly sweet. If you like yours a little sweeter, I would do probably 3/4 cup. But to me, 1/2 cup is plenty. So we are going to do 2/4 cups here. Again, if you do not have powdered, you can use the granular. Just go ahead and take it and whiz it in your food processor, and it will get all powdery. What?
Whiz it.
Whiz it. What's wrong with that? What else would you use?
Go vroom vroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
that seems more logical. Okay, so after you put your powdered sweetener in there, you're gonna go ahead and give it a little squirt of lemon. I did not measure. I'm gonna say about 1 tablespoon. And we're gonna whip it up. Okay, and then we are gonna add our vanilla. That was a splash. That's a technical term. All right, once it starts getting to this consistency, we are going to add our eggs. See, now this is actually the beginning of my cream cheese frosting too. I would just add a stick of butter to that, and that's frosting. Can't go wrong with that. We are going to add 1/4 cup of sour cream and 3 eggs. So let's start with our eggs. We're gonna do one at a time. Second one. I have no scientific reason for doing these one at a time. I just find that they incorporate a little better. But you do you. You want to throw them all in at once? Go for it. All right, and we are just going to add about 1/4 cup of sour cream. And I'm actually just going to take a spoon and eyeball it. Not that much. That's about 1/4 cup, like a big scoop. And go ahead and give it one last whiz. All right, this is basic cheesecake filling. If you want to make a flavored filling, I generally do the toppings. You can do strawberry, triple berry, any type of berry. If I'm going to do a salted caramel, I will put this in the crust, and then I will put my salted caramel drizzle on top. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the strawberry here. So we're going to go ahead and get our crust out of the oven. It should be ready by now. All right, we gave our crust a little head start in the oven here. It's still going to bake for another 50 minutes, so it's not going to look like it's done. That's because it's not. It's just kind of squishy right now. Go ahead and take your filling. Put your filling in there. And we're going to cook this low and slow for about 50 minutes at 325. I prefer to do fresh strawberries on top, but I do know people that like to put it on and then bake it. That's just not my cup of tea. And actually, while this is baking, I will show you what I use for an easy fast crust where you do not have to use all your own ingredients here. Let's see. All right, here's your cheesecake. Throw it in the oven, 325, 50 minutes. Okay, so the other day I made a cheesecake, and I made, it is a chocolate chip cookie cheesecake. And what I did is I have High Key Snacks cookies. I found these at Target, and they also have them at Costco, I believe, and you can order them online. These ones are snickerdoodle, but I used the chocolate chip, and I just whizzed them in the processor with a stick of butter, and I use that as my crust. And then you would use the same filling. I also found these, which are almost the exact same, just taste just a little different. And these are from Aldi, so you can use either one. So that's a quick crust that you can use for any type of cheesecake. Okay, so after 50 minutes at 325, your cheesecake is gonna look like this. It's okay if it gets a little brown on top. We're gonna cover it up anyway, you won't even see it. We are gonna use strawberries. I like mine fresh. I just sliced them into little wedges, and I'm gonna go ahead and flour them out here. And you can do whatever you want with yours. If you do like triple berry or chocolate chip, I would go ahead and blend those in to the batter. But with the strawberry, I just think that it's a prettier presentation, and tastes a little better when you do it fresh. I'm starting over, don't mind me. I didn't like how it looked. Start with the one in the middle. Now, if you don't like the fresh strawberries and you like it more of like a jam, you can either use a pre-bought sugar-free jam. I know Smucker's has a pretty good one. Or you can make your own. You just throw some strawberries in a pot with some sweetener and cook it down. And then you can just pour it on the top. Personally, I think this looks really impressive and pretty when it has all the strawberries on it, but that's just me. And then if you did the shortcut on the crust and you use the cookies, you can decorate the top with the cookies. I did that a few days ago with chocolate chip cookie cheesecake. But here you go. Serve that up with some whipped cream and you have a beautiful strawberry cheesecake. If you like this recipe, go ahead and let me know. If you make it, tag me in it so I can see. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and if you could ring the bell so you get notifications for future videos, that would be great. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and eat this cheesecake. Have a good night.